Good afternoon, everyone. You're welcome to the first edition of Blue Horizon webinar. I can see my screen. Okay. This is ECOP Africa informative session. This is the first of its kind. We are going to discuss many other things. We're going to discuss some opportunities, grants, fellowships for ocean career professionals, early career ocean professionals, especially in Africa. And I also want to use this opportunity to say a very big thank you to Dr. Anthony, our ECOP Africa coordinator, for the great work he has done. We are all from different parts of Africa, but he's been able to bring us all together. We are now a big family and exploring opportunities and how we can all excel as early career ocean professionals. Yes, so very big thank you, Mr. Anthony, for your efforts. We really appreciate your efforts. My name, I think I have a little bit delay on my side. Okay, my name is Samuel Obeng Boama. Please, a bit of confirmation. Am I on my introductory page? Because I think I see a bit of a delay
Mm.
on my side.
No, we are still on the title one, Samuel.
Pardon?
We are still on the title one, on the first slide. You can move to the second one, please.
Yeah, I have, but I think I have a Slack on my side.
Oh,
Okay, let me reshare. A minute. Sorry, I have to reshare the slides actually. Okay. No, that's okay. Oh no, just a minute. I think. Could you share your slide?
yes, just give me 1 second, please.
Okay, I have it now.
You have
Let
it?
let yeah, I can share now. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Can you see my slides now?
Mm, yes, we can. Now we are in the second, in the shipping route slide.
Okay. We are on the introduction now, right? Sorry.
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you. Sorry for the technical challenges. So my name is Samuel Obeng-Boama. I am originally from Ghana. I'm originally from Ghana. I have a bachelor's in marine science from the University of Ghana. Also, I have a master's in engineering from China in harbor, coastal, and offshore engineering. I currently work as a marine hydrodynamic engineer for Kel Blue, an offshore seaweed company in the Netherlands. I'm excited to meet you all. I'm co-hosting this. Sorry, I have a it's Slack on my side. So far, if you could share your slides, that would be great.
Oh, sure.
It's unfortunate.
It's okay. At least we have our webinar started today.
Yes, yes, yes.
Just give me 1 second, please, until I can share it. Okay, I will share my screen. You can see it, right?
Yes, I can see. It works now. Okay, could you move to the next slide?
Sure.
Yes, so I'm co-hosting this event with Sophia, and today we'll be looking at certain routes. We'll be looking at the introduction of ECOP Africa, what ECOP Africa entails. Also, we'll be looking at introducing the Ocean Literacy Tax Team, and then navigating some opportunities for early career ocean professionals. Next slide, please. Next slide. Yes, so what is ECOP Africa? ECOP Africa program. ECOP program is an endorsed UN Ocean Decade program, really in the heart of the UN Ocean Decade program, where we are a combination of group of professionals from all disciplines in ocean science, many different disciplines put together, and we are committed to promoting ocean sustainability for the ocean we actually want. This is an initiative to provide network and professional development opportunities for all early career ocean professionals, especially in Africa. Next slide, please. So who is an ECOP? ECOP is considered as an individual who is within the first 10 years of their professional experience or less. This actually includes vocational, could be secondary education or tertiary, apprenticeship or internships in the ocean space in all many different sectors of ocean science. Please, next slide. Right. So the main objectives of ECOP Africa is to provide opportunities for ECOPs all around the world to elevate their collective voice and participate in relevant ocean sustainability dialogues, particularly under the auspices of the Ocean Decade. And this is one of the main objectives why we are here today, where there are enormous opportunities for ECOPs around Africa, but if you don't have information, you don't really know what's going on. So we organized this webinar to open the eyes of some of our ECOPs and let them know what opportunities are available for them. Another main objective is also to identify and to create professional experience and development opportunities to advance early career ocean professionals while paving way for the next generation, particularly for underrepresented groups. Also to secure positions for ECOPs as members of working groups and structures coordinating activities related to the ocean decade. So this is actually an opportunity for early career ocean professionals like us to have a voice on the global scale, to have a voice on any initiatives that the UN Ocean Decade embarks on, and also to secure sources of funding for ECOP related activities throughout the decade and beyond. So the ECOP actually gives opportunity and gives the platform for early career ocean professionals for us, some of us, and in Africa to have the opportunity to also develop as individuals, actually. Next slide. Yes, so ECOP Africa is actually divided into various nodes. We have the global scale ECOP decade, which is directly under the UN Ocean Decade. And then we have the nodes where we have the regional nodes on the continental level, where we fall currently under ECOP Africa. And then we have ECOP Asia as well as other continents. There are many sub-nodes as well. Regional nodes. In Africa, we have the North Africa as well as West Africa, East Africa, Southern Africa. And then this also breaks further into various national nodes. So we have various national nodes in various countries around the world. So if you're new here and you've not really heard about ECOP Africa and what we are doing, and our plans and objectives, you also don't know if your country has, because I know that not everyone here is actually conversant with what ECOP Africa is about. So we are here to help. Feel free to share information, to ask us questions. If you want to know if your country is an endorsed node, feel free to reach out to us, and then we can give you information regarding who is in charge of your country node. But yeah, some things that I missed also, I will quickly recap on that. So one of the major missions of ECOP Africa also is to incorporate new ways of thinking into global ocean sustainability and stewardship challenges. But we can only achieve this by empowering ECOPs with meaningful networks and professional development opportunities with each other and with local to global institutions through the framework of ECOP decade, actually. So it's a win for ECOPs, especially in Africa compared to many years ago if you were in the ocean sciences in Africa. Currently, there are numerous opportunities for us. Please go to the next slide of the map. Yeah. So ECOP program network consists of many different countries, many different continents, sorry. As I shared earlier, as you could see that on the global scale, we have nodes where we have continental nodes. So currently this is not, this is a map that shows different nodes of ECOP that we have. Next slide, please. Yeah. So early career ocean professionals in Africa. Africa cannot be overlooked when it comes to ocean careers, especially building early career professionals, because we have a coastline that spans over 30,000 kilometers and borders two major seas, the Mediterranean Sea and the Red Sea. Also two oceans, Indian and Atlantic Oceans, harbors marine ecosystems, significant biodiversity, global significance of our coastal African coastlines. There's a fast rising, growing dynamic youth population also in Africa. There is a need to build capacity in Africa when it comes to early career ocean professionals. So these flags that you see various countries in Africa where ECOP has branches, ECOP have nodes. Some are endorsed, some are not yet endorsed. So it is important that if you are in this meeting and you are not very conversant with what is going on currently in your country as regards to ECOP and you are an early career ocean professional, it is important to reach out to us to ask us. We can give you information regarding who your country nodes are and see what you can do collectively to support the ECOP program. Next slide, please. Yeah, so the mission, number one, is to develop capacity. So capacity development programs where I have been very much interested, especially in this area, because I feel like there are many different disciplines of ocean science that can be developed, especially in Africa. Also, the development of ocean innovation hubs for climate action, biodiversity and ocean modeling programs, events, side events, and working groups. So, ECOP Africa, for the past few years, we've been engaged in several activities. We've hosted side events at ocean conferences as well. We've also we've partaken in certain capacity development and training programs, as well as many other side events. And one of the missions is also to establish a decentralized democratic structure to advance good governance in Africa, foster blue leadership, especially in the blue space. There are a lot of blue entrepreneurship areas that we can capitalize on. So we are fostering blue leaders as well as organizing webinars like we are doing today. Sustainable blue economy through startups and entrepreneurship programs. And we will go further detail into that. There are many different entrepreneurship programs where sustainable blue economy startups are actually supported. Next slide, please. Okay, so one of the main mission of ECOP is to conduct an inventory of existing ECOP's initiatives network in Africa, right? That supports ECOP activities for further consultations towards development of regional nodes. So to establish linkages with strategic partners and institutions such as regional organizations, we decided to have a survey that was in 2022 to see the network of early career ocean professionals we have in Africa, to see very important areas that we really need to improve. And as you can see from the slides, the areas where support is really needed, that we needed most, was capacity development. So we did a survey, we sent out questionnaires for people to fill, especially in the ocean science space. And then capacity development happened to be one of the places that most ECOPs lack, actually, most ECOPs. So we decided that, okay, that is actually, so you can see on the right corner um, of the survey that capacity development has the highest votes. So that is actually one of the most important aspects of ECOPs that we would like to focus on in Africa. Next slide, please. So if you're new here and you're wondering, how can you become a member of the ECOP Africa network? So as you can see, there is a form, a very simple Google form. It takes about 1 minute to fill out. I'm going to share the link at the end of this presentation so that you can fill it. If you are an Ocean Decade professional and you are in Africa, anywhere in this world, we have a WhatsApp platform as well, but you first have to go through this survey, fill the form, and then when we have your information, we are going to add to the WhatsApp platform. So we have a huge network of ocean professionals in Africa on WhatsApp. We also have a LinkedIn page as well, where different national nodes come together. We try to collaboratively, organize events, side events, and it's easy for us to communicate, especially on the platform where you can just send a text and then we all gather to support each other. So there is this, if you're new here and you're not part of the network, ECOP Africa network on WhatsApp and on the website, the link will be right at the end of this presentation, or you can reach out to myself or Sophia, and then we are going to share it with you. Next slide, please. There is also the group, Ocean Decade group. On the website, on the Ocean Decade website, there is also the ECOP dashboard. So there is the Early Career Ocean Professional dashboard, where you join and then get opportunities. Opportunities are posted from time to time. Internships are posted from time to time. Also, it's easy to communicate. So feel free. This link will also be at the end of this presentation. Or you can also request that we send it to you. You can join the professional network, and then you are able to network with other professionals, late career professionals, and then also get email notifications from ECOP Decade and keep yourself up to date with activities that we are currently undertaking. Next slide, please. So yes, that is it. At this stage, I'm going to hand over to Sophia so she can introduce ocean literacy, tax team, and some opportunities to us.
Okay, thank you very much, Samuel, for your presentation. Now it's my turn. Before beginning, let me introduce myself. I am Sofia Larissa from Morocco, and I am one of the ocean literacy coordinators of ECOP Africa. And as someone presented earlier, the ECOP Africa is divided in regional teams, but also in different task teams. One of them are the capacity building team, but there is also the ocean literacy task team. And since it is our first information session, it is important to recall the ocean literacy task team importance and the quick definition, and of course, navigating some of the activities we've done during this year. So who is ECOP Africa Ocean Literacy Task Team? It is part of the ECOP Africa Coordination Unit, which is a component of the ECOP program and which is an endorsed UN Decade Action and Program. And we are a group of professionals from Africa, in Africa or outside Africa, who are committed to promoting ocean literacy and ocean conservation in the region. But first, you will say, what is ocean literacy? For those who has no idea, here is a quick review or a quick definition. The ocean literacy means understanding the ocean's influence on us as people, but also the influence that we have on the ocean, on its resources, and on the different spaces. It combines ocean education, but also the personal ocean connections and behaviors that we have toward this space. And ocean literacy is based on 7 essential principles. The first one is that the Earth has only one ocean. We have many oceans, we have many seas, but they are all interconnected and forms one ocean. Then the second principle is that the ocean and life shape the features on Earth. And that means that the major geological force I mean, the seas and the ocean provides the major geological force, and it provides home for 97% of life on Earth. The third principle is that ocean is a major has a major effect on our weather and climate. The fourth one is that the ocean makes Earth habitable. Then we have also the fact that the ocean supports diversity of life. And the sixth one is that the ocean has an inextricably interrelation with human life, as we depend on it in every daily activities. It can be on tourism, it can be on economy, it can be on transports. And the seventh principle is that the ocean is largely unexplored, and that means that we have 24.9% of those spaces are mapped and 15% are explored, but there is still much more to discover. Then after that, our mission as an ocean literacy task team is to make or to be sure that every African is ocean literate. That means that every African has the capacity to take wise and sustainable decisions regarding to the ocean, to its spaces, and to its resources. Then we also seek active engagement and participation in the sustainable use and conservation of the ocean and its resources. And last but not least, we also encourage them, I mean, the Africans, to connect between them and to care about ocean issues. And I made this point in red because it is also the aim of today's informational session, because we are here to promote the collaboration, but also the transparency and the democratization of the different opportunities. Because you may have seen that sometimes we share different opportunities, awards, grants, but it happens that sometimes it closes, or sometimes we don't have enough information about those opportunities. So that's why we are here today. Next slide is about the different dimensions of ocean literacy. As you may see, even if it englobes the importance that, or the effect that we have on those spaces and the effect that those spaces have on us, it has, or it touches different dimensions, such as knowledge, awareness, attitudes, which means the perception that we have on ocean issues, the communication intrapersonal or between institutions and persons, the activism and engagement, the behavior that we have towards those spaces, the emotions and the different, or what we call the emotion towards those spaces. Do we feel fear, or do we feel joy when we are at the sea, or when we swim in the ocean? We have also another dimension, which is access and experience to the different information and opportunities, the adaptive capacity or the resilience to find solutions. And then we have also trust and transparency. Now, moving to the different projects that we had within our ocean literacy task team. After launching in between March and April 2023, we had the opportunity to participate in several conferences and workshops. Some of them are workshops for the creation of the African Network for Deep Waters Researchers, which is a network adopted or endorsed by the Challenger 150 and by Sanbi in South Africa. We also participated and animated the African Day for Seas and Oceans in past year. Then we participated in Ocean Literacy Dialogues for Africa in Dar es Salaam in Tanzania. We participated in Indian Ocean Regional Decade Conference in Hyderabad at India. Then we also have some national also contributions or conferences. Shout out to my Moroccan team. And then we participated also to the last conference that we had on June. It was in Venice in Italy, and it was the first worldwide conference about ocean literacy. After that, we also participated in other projects such as written contributions. We published the practical actions to strengthen capacity for deep waters in Africa with SANBI. We participated as different groups in the writing of the Ocean Decade Vision 2030 white papers. And of course, we participated into the writing of the Venice Declaration, but also in its translation in the different languages. Now for, this is an article of the Venice Declaration that we wanted to promote and was established and endorsed and adopted within the Venice Declaration, and it like highlights the work of early career ocean professional in the ocean literacy world, and also it promotes our role as a bridge between the general society as well as the different institutions related to the ocean in general. Now, moving to future projects, we have planned many projects that we separate or we categorize following education and training, motivational empathy and resilience, people valorization, culture and emotions, and of course the participation in international and regional engagement or conferences. As you may see, for education and training, this is our newborn baby. We're still in the gestation stage because we're working on our Blue Curriculum for Africa. And this is also considered as an opportunity for you in case you want to join our team to work on it. We're trying to include as many domains as we can. And of course, feel free to join or to contact me in case you want to be part of this working team. Then we are also working on awareness campaigns, on cultivating championship in universities. Then we have also other activities such as Ocean Ranger, implementation of conservation projects. We are also working and aiming to promote Ocean African art festivals or celebration. We are working on including ocean and indigenous and local storytelling. And as you may see, there are some very different activities that we are working on as a task team. And as I said, this is one of the major projects we're working on. So if you just want to join or if you want to have more information about it, you can check the website. I think we're going also to share those slides in case you want to have more information about it. And now I think this is the most wanted part of our webinar, which is navigating opportunities. So the first one that we want to present is the Ocean Tribute Award. This is a contest, an international contest, and it has opened for registration. You can apply, and the selection will be in January 2025. This award works on different initiatives. We have waste reduction, scientific knowledge promotion, research capacity development, sustainable fisheries management, public awareness effort, acidification reduction, innovative ocean protection technologies. As you may see, there is a broader contest, though, so you can choose one and maybe work on a project with, you can be alone or maybe you can work in a group of different ECOPs or African ECOPs. The prize is 20,000 euros and it is sponsored by several institutions such as Prince Albert II Foundation, German Marine Foundation, Bud Düsseldorf, and CBOP. And one information that I'm really proud to share is that during this year, our ECOPs, some African ECOPs won the award, and unfortunately they couldn't join us because we wanted to invite them to give us their insights about this award. But here are some points. Of course, you can reach them in case you want more information. But the main points that you need to know is that they are the winners of this Ocean Tribute for 2024. It is the ECOP Nature-Based Carbon Removal, Sequestration and Sustainable Aquaculture in Africa project. It works on healthy oceans and it works to store the CO2, repairing and building ecosystems. It proposes several strategies to stop illegal, unreported, and to stop illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing through real-time monitoring, and it reminds and implements local indigenous knowledge, as well as establishing ocean communication programs to reduce poverty. And of course, it developed different strategies to foster the effective and equitable collaboration between ocean stakeholders. Now, moving to another opportunity is the call for decade action number 7, which we can maybe work all together into the team and propose something. As you may know, the main vision of the Ocean Decade is to promote the science we need for the ocean we want. And it also promotes the advancement of ocean science to better understand and address challenges. It works, or it looks for partners to propose transformative decade actions in programs and projects. And for the submission details, we will give you all the links, all the necessary details, so you can check, of course, more information about it. And you have until the 31 of August to share your contributions and projects. So these are the main information that we could present about the call for a decade, but of course we have so much more opportunities. Then I give, I think, the floor to Samuel, so he can give you a tour on the Excel sheet.
Yes, thank you very much, Sophia. That was a great one. So, as I mentioned earlier, we've been able to put together some opportunities for early career ocean professionals in Africa, and we have it in one Google document form. So, if you're a student, if you're an early career professional, there are many competitions that we would like to navigate. So you can get okay.
Sorry,
Yeah.
can
Can
you
you see
share
my
your,
screen? Yes, can you
mm,
see my screen?
wait a minute.
Can you see my screen?
Not yet. Wait, if you can see the screen, can you write a quick message, please?
Okay.
I
Need
get
a
it.
confirmation if you can see my
Wait,
screen.
wait, wait. Yes, we can
Yes?
see it.
Okay, great. So there is this Excel document in Google Drive. So the link will be at the end of this presentation. So you can quickly run through it and then see all the opportunities for yourself, apply for those that you are interested in. So when you come here, there are different categories, but you can select what you want. There's like the awards, the call for action, competitions. There are training and conferences. So if you choose training and conferences, for instance, um, yes, you can filter it the way you want, and then you just see what you're interested in, and then send in an application. Also, so if you want fellowships, you can just click on fellowships, and then you see it. We also have the links right here at the right side to all the competitions and fellowships as well. So just reach out if you don't have access to the link, or also just let us know. And then all the links, available links, all the links that we want that we presented in this PPT actually will be at the end of this presentation. So it is important that if you don't know if some of the points that I would like to highlight, some of us joined. I've seen a few of us asking questions if this country has a national node. Does this country has a national node? Like, is it endorsed? This tells that not many early career professionals in Africa really know about the works of ECOPs and really understand the opportunities that are there for early career professionals, and also the ocean literacy tax team. So please reach out. We will share the link for all stuff that we discussed. And then if you would like to join, you fill the survey, you join, we will also let you know who your country national node is. You get in touch. If you don't have a national node yet, if your country doesn't have a national node, you can actually start something. If you're willing to start something in your country, definitely ECOP program. We want to expand, of course. We are expanding the network. So if you want to start something, you can start yourself, and then you get the support. You just have to stay in touch with the ECOP with ECOP Africa coordinator, who will be, yes, just reach out to us. We'll let you know who the get in touch, and we see the way forward. Also, we're looking for collaborative decade actions, as Sophia already discussed. So apart from the opportunities that we are showing, you can always also discuss with other national nodes if you want to come together to do some research and see what's available. So there are travel grants, there are scholarships, there are training, and for someone like myself, I have been beneficial to some of these trainings. Somewhere last year, I had the opportunity to join Pogo on a research vessel where we went for ocean observation training. As we speak, I have some colleagues currently. One is going to India later. There are many opportunities for early career professionals. So let's take advantage of the opportunity to build ourselves to get these trainings, and so we can also have a voice. And I would like to end by saying that let's not one thing I've learned in this ocean space is not to look down yourself. If you see an application, if you see an opportunity to represent ECOPs, it doesn't matter on which scale it is. Give it your shot. You might not know. You could be the next big speaker on behalf of ECOP. So there are many opportunities. Thank you all very much for joining the meeting. If you have any questions, I think we can give some time for if some people have questions to ask, then we can address some issues shortly before we end the meeting. Yeah. So yes, if you have any question, you could write it in the chat, or you could also unmute or raise your hands, and then we give you the opportunity to speak. Yes, but in the absence of no questions, but we will still be waiting. But Sophia, if you have something to wrap up with, we are all ears. Okay.
Sophia, you're muted.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you can hear me, I think.
Yes.
Okay, yes, I just wanted to thank everyone for their time. I wanted to thank also Natalie for her support, Tony, of course, Samuel. Thank you very much for your contribution and cooperation. And I hope this webinar has been or has give you like a quick overview of the different activities that we've done, but also about the different opportunities. Of course, we're going to share the different links and the different presentations that we presented today. So thank you very much, everyone. And yes, Tony, please, you raised your hand.
Yes, thanks, Sophia. Thanks, Samuel, for the great job. And I would like to just ask one other question. Is this going to be a recurrent webinar? Because given its importance and the work you guys have put in, especially compiling that Excel document, so I'd like to know, is it going to be a recurrent webinar, and how frequent will it be?
Sam, do you want to answer, or I do?
Yeah, I think this is something we would keep holding once in a while. Also, the Excel document is going to be a live document. So for some of the trainings that are outdated, we will take them out, we will update them with new new updates, new trainings whatsoever, so we can always be on the same page. So this is something, it's not going to be the first and the last. We would continue, but if we also have people here who would be interested in taking some responsibilities, you're open to come support us and push this agenda together.
All right, thank you very much. And I can see some questions in the chat. I think if you have questions, please could you put them in the Q&A section, not in the chat, because it'll be difficult to find them in the chat. Someone is asking whether the travel grants for conferences, whether there are travel grants for conferences and symposiums.
Yes, there are the different links for travel grants, for international conferences. There are also links for different jobs for Africans. So you will see once you have the access to the document, there are different categories that you will, or you can go and check it.
Yeah, and I also think that somebody asked if the links will be shared to the WhatsApp page. Yes, the links will be shared to the WhatsApp page. But Sophia, I think it would be important if we could share some of the links in the chat for them to get it right away, so that once you join the WhatsApp group, then it's easy for us to disseminate some of this information. So
Sure.
if yeah.
Just give me one moment to share the link to the Excel document.
Okay.
Maybe if there is another question while I share the link.
Okay.
So if nobody's going to ask, I think I can ask another one.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've heard everything you two have said, and you've put a lot of effort to put this together. And still, I want to thank you for the effort. And what I want to find out is, for those who are not very familiar with all of these things, applying for opportunities, applying for these challenges, now, how is there any support network for such ECOPs from ECOP Africa?
Please repeat your question. You said for those who are not conversant with what you're doing, if there is any support for them.
Who are not conversant with these opportunities. Some people have never applied for any of such opportunities, right? To go for training programs, and also for this challenge call for submissions for challenges, right? So for those people, is there any support network within ECOP Africa to cater for their needs?
Yes, definitely. I think as far as you're an African and you're in the ocean space, you're an ECOP. If you're in the first 10 years of your professional development, you are an ECOP. There is no special criteria as to what defines who an ECOP is, but there is the need to develop ECOP. So as far as you're an ECOP, you're in Africa, if you see some of these trainings and opportunities, always go for it, send an application. You can always also reach out to the African coordinator, or if you see any opening that you have an interest in. So there are always opportunities for everyone, actually. As far as you're an ECOP and you're an African, it's open to all.
All right. So would it be like, this is just a suggestion, would it be important to have some kind of an established framework to help people who are applying for these things, maybe even for project funding, so that within ECOP Africa, people can now reach out to this specific group and say, I'm applying for this, could I get help? Some people don't even know how to write motivation statements. Could such provisions be made within ECOP Africa and also the capacity development team, for instance?
Yeah, definitely. So I think this really also falls under capacity development for ECOP, especially for areas where some people lack skills, like you mentioned. I think it is very important. And I also believe that currently there are such provisions already made. I believe that especially for now, the trainings that are coming up in the development, capacity development programs that are coming up, most times there are special seats for people from developing countries, especially in Africa, and early career ocean professionals. So I believe that there are the opportunities, the seats are there. So it's a matter of leadership. I believe that the leadership of ECOP Africa can definitely put something together that would open opportunities for ECOPs that apply for some of these things to have leverage to be able to get it. And so that also one of the main missions of ECOP actually is to give us a voice on global platforms. So if there are these trainings and development programs, I think leadership should be able to put out, to try and then secure a quota for some of us from this part of the world, or from this part of Africa, actually. So it starts from making the seats available, and then capacity development coming together to form a working group to help with some of these things. So I think, yes, it is possible. It is something we have to do, and it's something we have to discuss on a high level, actually, also.
Thank you very much, Samuel. Very helpful.
Yes, Hello, hello, hi.
We can
My
hear
name
you,
is.
Evaldo.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, there's a thing that I would like to ask is more related to the how can I say it? The brand echo. Imagine that I'm applying for an opportunity and I'm filling the form, and there is a place that they write, where do you come from? Like, put your institution.
Mhm.
Could I put ECOP as an institution that I could get something of a letter of recommendation or something like that? Because I think that this point is very interesting when you are going to we are going to apply for anything, and you want to get the support or something that they can see that you really an ECOP. So yeah, I just would like to know more about it.
Yeah, definitely. I think it is important, as I mentioned earlier, that ECOP is open to everyone. And if we are making applications and it is asked, which group of people do you belong to? The first thing, if you are less than 10 years of your professional experience, you're an ECOP. The second thing about getting recommendation letters, I think that is something we also can work towards. We really need it, but I think recommendations are also earned. And that's my personal opinion. And so it is important that as ECOP members, we also engage in activities. If ECOP Africa is doing something, we engage in them, we put ourselves into it if we are known. And I believe if you ask for an African coordinator to give you recommendation for something, also based on your dedication to ECOP and how involved you are with activities, I think we should get to such a level because, of course, if an African coordinator or even your country coordinator is able to give you recommendation for something, it's also plus because I believe they always give quota for I mean certain group of people as well. So if it is not currently being done, then I think it is something we should actually work towards. So yes, that's definitely something we will look into. We will look into. Yeah, Sophia, do
Yes,
you have something to add?
yes. I just want to say, okay, I really understand it. I made this question because if you see, I understand ECOP is a networking platform. So, but there are some other platforms that like early career scientists in, for example, in Europe, early career scientists in something like that, and they are very structured. Like they have a structure, they have a good framework, and maybe we should work in this framework so that we can say that okay, is you can be an ECOP, everyone is open to everyone, but there are some criteria for you to get a letter or something like that. I think you understand
Yeah,
what I would like to say.
yeah, I really get what you mean. So it's more like a membership. I know some other organizations like the Anglican and other stuff. There's like a membership where it's like you're a member and then I think this is a good one. We would definitely put it into consideration instead of like the general ECOP decade, what's up. But yeah, we definitely there are structures, but there is always room for improvement. And that is why we are inviting all ECOPs to come on board so we can push this agenda so our voices can be heard actually.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
these are important ones. So
Samuel?
I would entreat everybody to fill out the survey form. Please, I just shared the link in the group. Fill it out. I have also seen a few questions asking for national nodes that I think you don't really know. I think this is Fina from Namibia is asking for who the national node coordinator is. Please join the WhatsApp group. We are all there, and then some of these questions can be easily answered. I see Anthony's hand is up.
Yeah,
So
Samuel, let me
yeah,
just quickly respond to Ivaldo. Yeah, we ECOP Africa is a node under the global ECOP program, and we do give out letter-headed reference letters to help to enable our ECOPs to attend international events or any kind of event which they want to attend. And I think that's really not an issue. And there are times when probably you need maybe an endorsement from the global coordinator, and we will make reference to her and ask her to see if she can provide such a document. So that's not an issue. And the incoming ECOP Africa coordinator, I think, would have to carry on with these activities. And so I'm just sharing that here so that I don't keep getting requests for a reference letter, but I can still provide a personal reference. So Ivaldo, someone I know who's doing a great work with ECOP Mozambique, if you wanted a motivation reference letter from the coordinator of ECOP Africa, I would definitely have provided that. So there's a lot of us here within this group who've been to several events who needed reference letters, and they were provided a letter-headed ECOP letter-headed reference letter. So that's not an issue. So yeah, just bear that in mind.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Anthony, for the clarification.
Ivaldo, you still want to share something?
No, I just want to say, yes, I'm just raising this point also because there are some ECOPs in Mozambique they asked me about it, and I would like to understand more. It's just like because we have established the ECOP Mozambique. We already established the ECOP Mozambique, and I would like to know that if the letter of support is just from the Africa coordinator or could be from the North also, because they asked me a lot about it. Yeah.
Okay, I think that's something we should have to be discussed with the global coordinator to see if the national coordinator can provide such a letter. But I would really recommend that such letters should have the signature of the global coordinator. And Samuel mentioned something earlier. Someone would not just come up and request for a reference letter who doesn't contribute. So what are you going to recommend the person for? You see, so it has to be now put in your efforts, and then you will be compensated with such documents. So, for instance, you, Ivaldo, someone is within the ECOP Mozambique and never contributes anything and needs a reference letter. What are you going to write in the reference letter? So, yeah, so that's just what I want to add.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Right. So thanks, Hadia. I think Hadia has reposted the links. So kindly feel free to fill the survey. Dr. Anthony, I'm gonna have to make this request here. Our survey, I have a few people who have filled it, but then I think there has been a delay in adding. So I think we can assign somebody to this particular survey because I believe that after this meeting, there's going to be a lot of filling of the survey actually. So yes, hopefully we assign someone to help with this. I have to say this here actually.
Thank you, Samuel.
So we sort it out.
Loretta is usually in charge of that, so we'll get her. If she's not here, we'll get her, inform her.
Sounds good.
That she added. Yeah.
Sounds good. Sounds good. So everyone rest assured, once you fill the survey, you'll be added to the group and then we'll take it from there. Yes. Thank you, everyone. In the absence of no further discussions, so far you have something finally.
Oh no,
And
just
also,
yeah. Sorry, Samuel. I shared the link for the documents, but I think we will share it again in the WhatsApp group. And of course, if anyone has any question or need any clarification, you can reach to us. And thank you again, everyone, for joining us, for your time. Yeah, and that's it.
if Dr. Anthony has a closing remark, that would be great.
No, Samuel, thank you very much for making this happen. So this was my final, event with you guys, with all of you guys as the ECOP coordinator, because this was being planned before while I was still kind of an interim coordinator. So hopefully we'll be seeing each other again and we'll be doing lots of stuff together. But I would really hope that this really becomes a part of ECOP, this webinar, as you put it, with the same title, because it's really good. And I hope that you would continue this and make it a recurrent event, maybe monthly, maybe bi-monthly. But I hope to meet you guys again in the similar event next time.
Thank you very much, Dr. Anthony. We really appreciate your efforts. Thank you everyone for joining. I think we will end it here and then we will meet again.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.